The one night that we wait for when it's all put on the line.
Welcome to the Battle Zone!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, one submission and knockout to decide the winner. And it is for the Animated Wrestling League Canadian National Championship.
4 more matches, 4 more titles, and we're starting off with our homegrown belt here in AWL Strong and Free, coming to you from the GTA. That's right, the Canadian National Championship, to be decided by wrestling tradition. The challenger coming out first, and it is the modern-day Frankenstein, who's been put on one of those modern fancy contact chargers, I think. It is Project Z of the Augments. Basically, the challenge was laid down by Dr. Jigoku a few weeks ago, and The Rock, being a fighting champion, said, yes, bring it on. First title defense, why not? The Rock and, by extension, Eruption Solar have been feuding with the Augments all season. It started in the Canadian National Championship tournament when The Rock lost in the final to Augment member Jigoku Destroy. Of course, The Rock would then challenge Jigoku Destroy for the title and win pretty handily, quite frankly. And now, it's one-on-one with a different Augment, but the same evil, mad scientist running the whole... God, that is never something you want to look at. And here comes the Canadian National Champion, and all of Canada is quite proud to have him representing us in animated wrestling. A Middle Eastern Birdman. Hey, it's the GTA, you know, this is a truly international town. The representative of Canada should probably be somebody from another country, because, you know what, Canada's just cool like that. The Rock comes into this match with an interesting career statistic. He is perfectly balanced, as all things should be. 16 and 16 going into this match. A 0 win-loss ratio. He has won exactly as many matches as he has lost, and this is his 33rd match in the Animated Wrestling League. But he has won where it counts. He is the Canadian National Champion, and like all contenders' titles here in the AWL, 5 victories, 5 successful title defenses. He can cash that in for an automatic shot at the Grand Championship, and whomever the Grand Champion may be. At the end of tonight, it's either going to be Matt Classic Sr., or it's going to be Project Tetsu 3.0, another of the Augments. The youngest championship in our promotion. The Rock, only the 2nd Canadian National Champion. And we now go to ringside for the official introductions to this championship match.
Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of the laboratory, representing the Augments, accompanied by his creator, Dr. Jigoku, the modern-day Frankenstein, Project Z. And his opponent is the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Canadian National Champion, tonight making his first title defense, fighting out of the Tales of Sinbad, the Note the spelling. This is an officially sanctioned Canadian National Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League, AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, the AWL official Marcus Babaganoush in charge.
I can't keep all these Baba Ganoushes straight. All the Baba Ganoush, I think we're up to 6 tuplets, I think, working referee jobs here in AWL Strong and Free. And the literal living cyborg zombie versus The Rock. Eruption Solar not here tonight. He is not medically cleared to be here. We hope that will be sorted out fairly quickly. I don't know the details of the injury, but I've been told he shouldn't miss too much ring time, just not here tonight. And of course, Dr. Jigoku, as always, in the corner of one of his creations, his bastardizations of the mad sciences. Big takedown with the metal arm. Never forget when you're facing one of these cyborgs, metal hurts more than flesh whenever it hits you. About 40 seconds in only, and some wrestle mouths in the corner. as the fans respond in the dozens of languages spoken here in the Greater Toronto area. About a minute in, and right now it is all, well, as soon as I'm about to say it is all augment, we have a reversal of fortunes. Irish whip into the Canadian flag, and oh, another shot right to the back this time. Aiming for the flesh, aiming for the fleshy bits. Another good thing to remember when you're dealing with a cyborg. Try to aim for where the metal meets the skin. That's going to be your weak point. And of course, with Project Z, the only wrestler in the world with a battery life, we just try to outlast him, try to outrun him. He's basically an iPhone. He has no battery life. One quick kick out, but notice the champion very slow to get back to his feet as Dr. Jigoku is sizing up the opponent, though shying away from anything resembling violence. Spinebuster by the champion. Decides to go for a cover. I don't think that's going to work at this early a point in the match, but that might be a psychological advantage. I can pin you anytime I want, not to mention you are making your opponent, shove all of your body weight off of you, and The Rock, not a small man, not a cruiserweight, not a junior. And wait a minute, going over, he's going for what he calls Hitobito no Moonsault, the People's Moonsault. As, wait a minute, cover 1, 2, that would have been at least a 3, I think, but Dr. Jigoku distracting the referee, one of our younger referees. I think this actually might be his first title match he's ever officiated. Speaking of title matches, we got 3 more of those, 2 in the Joshi division. As the tag team and singles titles on the line, of course, our Grand Championship main event. It is Champions Week. So far on Champions Week, no titles have changed hands, but it's still all to play for. The gambler's fallacy. Just because something happened on the last hand doesn't mean it happens on this one. The roulette ball has no memory, and we're looking at a possible butcher. Oh! Powerbomb suplex! Ugh, that is such a dangerous move. Send your opponent careening through the air, and it looks like a steel chair slid into the ring by Dr. Jigoku. I mean, who else? More wrestle maths, this time in the opposite corner, as we're pretty close to the 5-minute mark now. This feels like a butcher bomb. Yes, it is. Hisatsuwaza is going to dump him on the chair. I think he is. Butcher bomb in the back of the head of The Rock, bouncing off of that steel chair. 1, 2. Somehow, The Rock digs down deep. And just think of the difference in experience here. The Rock, this is his 33rd career match. Project Z, including his living life, 126th match in the Animated Wrestling League, including his time as Jack Breakdown Butcher before he was killed and reanimated as a zombie cyborg. Because wrestling. Project Z, by the way, 64 and 61 in his AWL career, ratio of +3, float over from the suplex, not enough. And again, I don't think The Rock has even gotten a 2 count so far, at least not one that was actually counted by the official. Oh, went for an elbow strike, got a knee to the stomach. Ooh, and The Rock busted open. I don't know, does he have metal legs? I'm not entirely sure. He doesn't have metal feet. Right hand into the corner, and the referee finally sees the chair, slides that out of the ring, gets it out of play. As we're about to hit 5 minutes.
5 minutes have elapsed, 25 remain.
We're looking at your head. We're looking at the blood gushing out. This is not a PG product, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! A couple of hard takedowns, hard lariats by the Canadian national champion. He's going to have to pull something big. The spine buster. Is he going to go back to that Hitobito no Moonsault? Is he going to go for the ROC-BOT? Yo, yes, he's thinking about it. Hitobito no Moonsault. The People's Moonsault into the cover by The Rock. THEROC. Check the spelling. 1, 2, 3. The title retained. And Jigoku not happy about it, and that makes me happy on the inside.
And still, Animated Wrestling League, Canadian National Champion, The Rock.
One down, 4 to go. And I don't care who's the champion at the end of the night. We've got 2 contenders' titles in play in the AWL. Here in AWL Strong and Free, the Canadian National Champion, The Rock, would be an excellent challenger to either man for the title. And of course, over at AWL Hontai, you still have Kyojin Kobayashi. So a lot of players in the background. Of course, you've got the best 4 as well. We are swimming in possible champions here in the Animated Wrestling League, and that I assure you is by design. Congratulations to The Rock, his first successful title defense here in the AWL. Going up to the top rope, showing off to the people here in the battle zone in the GTA. Alright, so coming up next, we're going into the Joshi division. It's going to be tag team action as Tiger and Bunny defend against the Unholy Alliance. Neko Musume, Wild Thing, Spring Tiger, Usa-chan, no full humans involved in this, and that's a good thing, because humans suck.
Contest is scheduled for 1 fall, 1 submission or a knockout to decide the winner, and it is for the Animated Wrestling League Joshi Tag Team Championship.
Alright. Monster Union, the assemblage of creatures and beasts and yokai from across the multiverse, brought together by the mysterious witch known only as the Manipulator. Transylvanian Lycanthrope, Wild Thing, has been part of the AWL Tag Team Division, has been part of the AWL Joshi Division as a whole since its inception. Neko Musume, the Cat Daughter, the Yokai, a bit more of a recent addition. But all together, hail, viva, Monster Union. This team of Neko Musume and Wild Thing are former AWL Joshi Tag Team Champions, winning the belts at Obonanza 2020. 2 years ago, nearly exactly 2 years ago actually, before losing those titles to Tiger and Bunny in their first title defense at AWL 326. You can go back in the archives and check that out if you like. So the 6th Tag Team Champions facing the 9th Tag Team Champions, hoping to become the 10th Tag Team Champions. Aren't wrestling records and statistics fun? Speaking of statistics, I can't believe I'm saying that. Alright, Neko Musume coming into this match, 22 and 22 in perfect balance. Wild Thing, 17 and 22, a ratio of -5, but they do have a positive win-loss record as a team this season. And here come the champions, and I must point out, possibly for the final time. In the AWL draft, Spring Tiger was drafted here to AWL Strong and Free. Usa-chan remained a member of AWL Hontai back in Japan. However, because they were and are the AWL Joshi Tag Team Champions, they were allowed to float between brands, and really it didn't affect the tag team. But the second they lose those red leather belts of the Joshi division, that's it. They're broken up. They do not team again. They'll have to embark upon solo careers in their respective promotions. I still don't like calling them brands. Divisions, that's a different term in wrestling. So, conferences? You know, if you got an idea on what I should name the different branches, if you will, of the AWL, let me know in the comments. So this is technically an interbrand match, or an interpromotional match, between Hontai and Strong and Free. You see those beautiful Joshi Tag Team titles.
Introducing first the challengers, fighting out of Transylvania and the realm of the Yokai, representing Monster Union, accompanied by the Manipulator, the Unholy Alliance.
Cats and dogs wrestling together,
As
Matiscary.
their opponents, they are the reigning reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Joshi Tag Team Champions. Tonight, making their third title defense, Spring Tiger and Usa-chan, Tiger and Bunny.
All business from the
This is the
champions.
sanctioned Joshi Tag Team Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League. The AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, the AWL official Jonas Bobkanoosh in charge.
Jonas, okay. I think I know that one. Alright, 30 minutes on the clock, as with all title matches here in the AWL. AWL rules in effect. Collar and elbow tie-up, some feline on feline violence. Into the corner, the referee calling for a clean break, and I don't know if he's going to get it. Does, he has to force his way in, but he does get the break. Collar and elbow again into a side headlock by the classically trained Spring Tiger, graduate of the Tiger's Cave, now known as the Unified School of the Tiger Style. And I just realized if she's not the Joshi Tag Team Champion anymore, she won't be able to accompany the Elder Tigers, the Tag Team Champions of the world. Actually, no, she might if they defend their titles here in Strong and Free. As we spill to the outside, I must remind you of the champion's advantage. Titles only change hands on a pinfall, submission, or a knockout. A count-out, disqualification, or time limit draw, and the titles always remain with the champions. Is that fair? Maybe not. I don't think it is, but it's important that titles be earned, that you don't fluke your way into becoming the champion. So that's why the champion's advantage exists, is just to make sure that the champion does earn their title. Attempting to cut the ring in half now, and that's smart. Tag made to the larger member of the team, the powerhouse of the team, Wild Thing. As I say, Viva Monster Union. Oh, look at that, the Beast Bite. Locked in. Wild Thing, not exactly a submission wrestler. So this is a bit unusual, and I'm not surprised that Spring Tiger, well-trained in submissions, is able to get out of that. Oh. And a long way to go for an arm drag, but it worked. And again trying to cut the ring in half in preparation for the tag Kogeki, the tag team attack. But no tag attack here, as just a quick tag out, and in comes Usa-chan, the pink bunny girl. Do not underestimate her. If you've never seen the leaping ability, if you've never seen the kicks, the power in the legs of Usa-chan, you have no idea what you're about to see. Usa-chan actually responsible for most of the pinfalls that this team gets. And here we go. Oh, springboard, reverse vertical suplex, tag Kogeki. Incredibly effective. Now going no, a pentabreaker. No! Trying to either break the arm or dislocate the shoulder of Usa-chan. As the arm drag is successful, Usa-chan back up to her feet. Usa-chan also a longtime member of the AWL Joshi division. Both Usa-chan and Wild Thing, tail attack there. Usa-chan and Wild Thing were both in the ladder match, the four-way ladder match that crowned the first Joshi singles champion. And frankly, it was Usa-chan who came very, very close to getting her hands on it before Akira Merune picked up the actual victory. Off the ropes, and here we go. Bunny hop! Bunny hop! Bunny hop! Hisatsuwaza the bunny hop from Usa-chan. Well, actually, no, technically, I think her Hisatsuwaza now is the bunny hop extreme. But still, bunny hop! I like saying bunny hop. Nekamusume in trouble. She's got a high degree of evasion, great body control, but she's going to have to find a way to slink out of the grip of Usa-chan, and I don't think it's going to happen right now. The grab of the back paw, kick to the inside of the leg. And oh, there you go! That's how you get back on your paws. Irish whip into the neutral corner. And a flurry of feline frenzy from Neko Musume as this match begins to reach the first time call in a few seconds. And we got a cover here. One broken up, and I think the referee took more damage than Neko Musume did, but Spring Tiger with some great counter defense against Wild Thing with that looked like a judo throw. As the referee regains consciousness, Still sees Nekomusume in control, so there won't be any kind of a DQ call there. Whip back into the corner. Oh, no, I was about to see, we're about to see the 4F there, I think, but not this time. Going up and back, reversal. Kick to the midsection, never underestimate these furry girls.
25 remain.
Around the world with Usa-chan. That's a nature documentary waiting to happen. The Code Red, shout out to the amazing Red. If there were copyright fees on wrestling moves, that man would be a billionaire. Tag made. In comes Spring Tiger. We're back where we started. Feline on feline violence and over the top rope down to the floor. It's deja vu all over again. And I think Nekomusume, deciding to... That will reset the count. Nekomusume deciding to leave the ring, going after Spring Tiger. Not pressing the advantage as hard as she probably should as they come to blows on the outside. I know Usa-chan is waiting in the corner to get the tag. Tags have to be made from inside the ring, of course. Irish whips. Oh, into that metal crowd barricade. These aren't the fancy padded barricades that they have over the AWL arena. Here in the battle zone, it's steel with a cloth cover. Referees count up to 7. Remember, we may be in Canada now, but Japanese wrestling rules still apply. It is a 20 count on the outside here in the Animated Wrestling League. I think that was a 9. I couldn't quite hear clearly. Yep, definitely. We're up to 10, halfway through the time limit. We're halfway through the count as both combatants return to the ring. They're only Spring Tiger of her own free will. Boot to the face, Nekomusume with a back heel kick. And making a desperately needed tag, and in comes the powerhouse, possibly to finish this off. One good lycanthropomb, and we would have new tag team champions at this point. Spring Tiger needs to tag out to Usa-chan as quickly as possible. And they're all just biting at the mask, trying to tear off the mask of Spring Tiger. There's no greater insult to a luchadora or even a Japanese strong lucha competitor. 1, 2, the mask is sacred. The mask is your identity. Some say it is your very soul. Unacceptable behavior by... Lycanthropomb. Hisatsuwaza is going it up. Yes! Lycanthropomb! Into the cover. 1, 2, and the Rabbit saves the day! The Rabbit wins the race to save the match and lands on her feet, and the champion standing tall. Big fist drop right to the face, and an Usagi DDT. Takedown by Wild Thing. We're back where we started. This has been a back-and-forth seesaw battle, ladies and gentlemen. It's Champions Week in the AWL. All of these wrestlers, they're going to be bringing everything they've got tonight. They know what they're doing. They know that these title opportunities do not come around every day. Belt matches are fairly rare in the AWL in any given division. Going up, body slam. Oh, and the charging tackle of the canine. And now she's just... Okay, yeah, these are illegal headbutts here in the AWL. There will be a fine for that. But I think Wild Thing is... If Wild Thing knows what she's doing at all, I think Wild Thing would take the fine to win the belts. Oh, shot to the back of the head. And the referee has lost all control here. He's starting a 5 count. Remember, if that count gets up to 5, that will be a title defense. And he starts... Oh, look at that! Out of nowhere with Nekomusume! Lycanthropomb! Lycanthropomb! 1! There's no defense! 2! 3! What? Can we confirm that? Okay, the referee said it was 2, but if there was a 2... That's a 2-9-9-9-9-9-9 if ever I saw one. And the referee now slow on the count here. 1! I think that was at least 2 seconds, maybe 3. Jonas Baba Ganoush making some mistakes here into the sleeper hold. And someone smaller than you who can sort of wrench back and pull back on the carotid artery. That sleeper hold, very dangerous in the hands of somebody like Spring Tiger. Oh, and a spear! Vivisecting the champion. Ow! Oh, God. That is vicious. Body slam, going for the canine strike again.
10 minutes have elapsed. 20 remain.
And just, that was insult to injury. Vivisection. And new champions. And that is the end of Tiger and Bunny. Dang. Usagi. DDT. And that was just on defense. But in the end, I'm kind of glad we don't have a shot of that spear. Yuck. But for the second time in their careers, the Unholy Alliance are tag team champions.
Here are your winners. And the new Anime Wrestling League Joshi Tag Team Champions, Monster Union.
Our first new champions of Champions Week. Viva Monster Union. And now it's the Knockout Queen versus the Giantess.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, one submission or a knockout to decide the winner. And it is for the Animated Wrestling League Joshi Championship.
Athena Jane in the red with the leather jacket and the chainmail. Your challenger and number one contender tonight. Career record of 21 and 27, -6 ratio. And this is her 49th match in the Animated Wrestling League. Great experience advantage over her opponent, Lupe Peligro. But for all her experience, the final Global Wrestling Monopoly Divas champion has never held a title in the Animated Wrestling League. Singles, tag, nothing. So the Giantess has been a giant roadblock for a lot of wrestlers, but she has not climbed the top of the mountain. And of course, tonight she's got her tag team partner in her corner. I don't know if they were clapping Athena or Lupe rocks. I'm not entirely sure. Fortunately, we don't have the clap crowd rule, so I don't even know why they were doing that. But here comes the Joshi champion. Has had a storied career as the Joshi champion. And here comes the boom. Plug your ears. There you go, a two-time Joshi champion, Lupe Peligro, making her third title defense tonight, including one against, I can't believe I'm saying this, Betty Bubbles, not that long ago. The Knockout Queen. She loves to fly, she loves the kicks. Her signature move, her finishing maneuver, a springboard outside-in drop kick. And if she can get the height necessary to hit that on Athena Jane, that could be the knockout victory tonight for the champion. If Athena Jane drops her with the Fall of the Gods, could be another new champion crowned. We already have one set of new champions crowned in the Joshi division. Will the red leather be around a new waist tonight in the singles division as well? We are about to find out. This is an all AWL an all AWL strong and free match. Both wrestlers contracted to this organization. We're letting the champion enjoy her entrance here. The mind games of the champion, making the opponent wait for you. That is the champion's right and privilege. And there you see it, the gorgeous red leather of the Joshi division. Our semi-final match for the evening. Let's go to ringside for the official introductions.
Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of the Isle of Themyscira, the modern-day Amazon, Athena Jane.
Accompanied by Jackie Molyneux.
And her opponent, she's the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Joshi champion. Tonight, making her third title defense, fighting out of Veracruz, Mexico, the Knockout Queen, Lupe Peligro. This is an officially sanctioned Joshi Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League. AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, AWL official Louis Baba Ganoush in charge.
Ooh, I've heard of this one. He doesn't suck. All right. Singles gold. We've got the 2 World's Championships on the line in our semifinal and main event tonight. Lupe Peligro looking to make her 3rd title defense against Athena Jane. 30 minutes on the clock. Bang a gong. We are on it. Swatted away in the Tachiai. The opening strike. Went for a flying forearm, I think, but Athena Jane just smacked the fist of Lupe Peligro out of the way. Lupe Peligro not going to be able to powerhouse her way through this, obviously. She's used to doing that in her native Mexico, where she's on the larger side of, and I mean that in a positive way, the luchadoras that you will typically meet in a Lucha Libre competition. But not here in the AWL. We welcome all styles, all body types, all genders. Everybody is welcome here in the AWL. And Lupe Peligro, collar and elbow tie-up, shoved away, but right back to her feet. Lupe Peligro has got that fighting spirit, and I think that is the advantage, the biggest advantage she's got over the challenger tonight, is I do question the heart of Athena Jane. She gets angry when she can't just run her opponents over. Lupe Peligro, on the other hand, will not quit. Oh, and a headbutt down to the floor. That's going to be another fine. But again, if the title's on the line, maybe you pay the fine. We do try to make headbutts as minimal as possible. We try to avoid that. Concussion protocols and all that. And vertical suplex. Oh, into the toss. As the challenger, I don't believe, has actually left her feet. Certainly not of her own. Certainly not against her will. Referee. Oh, never mind. Champion now off her feet. But right back up, Dragon Screw Leg Whip by Athena Jane, the modern-day Amazon, again looking for her first ever AWL Joshi Championship, her first title in this company, and going up, Hisatsuwaza! Fall of the Gods! The Fall of the Gods to the 1, 2, 3! And just like that, in only about 2 minutes, I'll have to go back and check the official time, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And we have a new monstrous Joshi champion in the Animated Wrestling League. Good grief. It's been a long time coming for the former Global Wrestling Monopoly Divas champion. But this is gold that actually matters.
And the new Animated Wrestling League Joshi champion, Athena Jane!
And just like that, the Joshi division completely turned on its head. New champion, new era. And now we have yet to see what will happen in the men's division. But congratulations for a dominant victory to Athena Jane, the modern-day Amazon. There's been no talk. It's time for the main event.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. It is scheduled for 1 fall, 1 submission and knockout to decide the winner. And it is for the Animated Wrestling League Grand Championship.
That twisted backwards music of the augments, Dr. Jigoku, his admitted flair for the dramatic. How much of the army is coming out tonight? It won't be the bad doctor all by himself, I promise you. It's everybody. He's got the whole shebang. All 3 of the augments coming out in force. There's your challenger. Project Tetsu, Project Z, we saw fail earlier. Jigoku destroyed, pulling up the rear. A triangle surrounding the mad scientist of professional wrestling. Project Tetsu 3.0, 73 and 51, ratio of plus 22. This will be, I'm trying to do math very quickly, 125th AWL match. He is a former don't screw this one up. I think that was a message meant very solidly for Project Z. Project Tetsu has been the #1 contender for a number of weeks. Subite, Jigoku Hakase no Tameni. All for Dr. Jigoku. He's brainwashed. I don't even know what they are. They're not people anymore. They're not even human. More machine now than man. To quote a great actor who somehow made terrible dialogue work. I will never grow tired of that effect. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Classic. And he's got a better win-loss record than his opponent. 67 wins, 40 losses in his AWL career. Former AWL World's Heavyweight Champion, Grand Slam Champion. He's held the Modern Grand Slam, I should say, the AWL Grand Championship, Tag Team Championship with his son, former Intercontinental Champion as well. And he is also a former winner of the New Year's Tournament. That's the Grand Slam in the AWL. Only 2 men have ever completed it, and you're looking at one of them right now. Matt Classic Sr., the inventor of professional wrestling, the world's oldest active pro wrestler. But this is John Henry versus the steel driving machine at this point. Man versus machine, with the richest prize in professional wrestling on the line. It's the AWL Grand Championship.
Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of the laboratory, representing and accompanied by the Augments. The #1 contender in the AWL Best 4, Project Tetsu 3.0. And his opponent, he is the reigning and defending Animate Wrestling League Grand Champion. Tonight, making his first title defense, fighting out of the smoke-filled arenas of yesteryear. He is the inventor of professional wrestling and an AWL Grand Champion and a Matt Classic. This is an officially sanctioned Animated Wrestling League Grand Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League and AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, AWL Senior. Strong and free senior official Jonah Babaganoush in charge. He got a promotion apparently.
That is correct. Jonah Babaganoush passing his senior officiating exam not that long ago, so this is his first match for the AWL Grand Championship, and a Beal toss right out of the skate by the monster. Just look at the size difference between these two. Matt Classic is over 6 feet tall. He is not a small man. He is no cruiserweight, and he is dwarfed by Project Tetsu 3.0, the third upgrade of the original Project Tetsu, and yikes. That's all I can say. Look at this, barely comes up to his chest. Oh, lariat. Subite, Jigoku Hakase no Tameni. All for Dr. Jigoku. And the bad doctor has to be careful. If he were to grab and yank Matt Classic off of the apron like that in full view of the referee, that would have been a disqualification, and we would have had a very anticlimactic Grand Championship main event tonight. But it would still have been an official victory. Looking down here into the sweep of the leg. Now, Matt Classic has the advantage in both experience and, I would argue, in technical skill. But is that going to be enough to overcome size, power, strength, and, frankly, the numbers advantage? Matt Classic 2, not at ringside. Apparently that was the decision of the champion. He didn't want any excuses. He wanted to handle whatever Jigoku was going to throw at him single-handedly. And I think that may have been just an old man's pride. Power slam by the challenger into the cover. Kick out. Not even a 1 count there by Jonah Babaganoush of the famous Babaganoush wrestling family. But mostly, I think pretty much the entire generation of the Babaganushas have gone into refereeing at this point. Oh, lariat. Down we go. And a knee strike going right for the kidney, I think. not an anatomy expert. I've seen every episode of Cells at Work, but I'm still not an anatomy expert. And right hands, metallic fist cramming down onto the face. The mask will provide no support there, no protection. I know Matt Classic for a number of years. He uses an old school cloth mask. It doesn't provide any. It doesn't provide any padding, any protection. Just obscures his identity. And there's the takedown. Can he do it again? Ducks under, going for the big back body drop. Yes! Gets the big man off his feet using his own momentum against him. And spinebuster by the champion. And that was a mistake. Maybe I would have gone for the cover there, but oh my god. The strength. The fireman's carry distributing the weight across the shoulders. Here we go. And go for the reverse of direction. The man who invented the airplane spin, using it to possibly retain and scramble the sensors. Project Tetsu, can he use this? Can he get into a cover position? No, yes, he does! Into the cover, pinning predicament. 1, 2. A deep 2 count, but not enough. Matt Classic Sr. in a bit of trouble here, I think. Irish whip into the corner. That was one of his best shots. He's still got the power bomb. He's still got the pile driver. He's still got the DDT. And, of course, he's still got the classic claw. And something new that I think he learned from his son, Matt Classic 2, running drop kick. And again, using every ounce of the body weight to his advantage into the cover. Oh, come on. 1, 2. He's still down. 3, 4, 5. Not for the first time tonight. We see what should have been a 3 count, but a distraction of the referee. That, honestly, that alone, if this goes south. Subite, Jigoku Hakase no tame ni. All for Dr. Jigoku, even though he was behind you, you idiot. I'm sorry. Project Tetsu sometimes barely passes the Turing test, from what I can tell. Passed the Turing test with a D-. Uh-oh. Going up. This is going to be a pile driver. No, a reversal into the back body drop. As once again a chair slid into the ring. Oh, big boot. Big boot right to the head, followed up by an elbow drop, and that is an ultimate super heavy weight. And going into the alternative.
5 minutes have elapsed. 25.
Hammerlock. A wrestling hold by Project Tetsu. That's new. And wait a minute. Project Tetsu unable to lift Matt Classic. Classic able to plant his feet. Into the kick out. Matt Classic in big trouble here. Barely kicking out of that move. Project Tetsu knows he's in control. Surveying the battlefield. Maybe waiting for commands from Jigoku, I don't know. Going for the wrist lock. Oh, elbow right to the face. And again, all metal body. The most metallic, the Iron Project, Project Tetsu. Every strike against this guy hurts. Every strike from this guy hurts. You're basically punching solid metal. This is the most painful wrestler to face in the entire animated wrestling league. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and with a little bit of authority, digging down deep, that will not quit attitude of the greatest generation. Matt Classic Sr. back to his feet. Uh-oh. Thought it was going to be attempted a Tetsu driver, and I think Matt Classic thought that too. Going back to the power bomb. Going up. Oh no, into the buckle bomb! That can be a career ender. Especially for someone the age of Matt Classic. Kick to the midsection. Classic in... Uh-oh. Right hand. Going up. Military press slam! That had to be at least an 11-foot drop. Normal people are not supposed to take that. The ring not meant to absorb any kind of shock like that. Uh-oh. Elbow! Very simple elbow drop. And right into the lateral press. No hook of the leg. 1, 2. And that's the only reason. If he had hooked the leg, we'd have a new champion. Matt Classic showing great determination. He has not surrendered. He will never surrender. Uh-oh. Going up. Sidewalk slam, the referee ending it for him. Matt Classic was not pinned. He did not submit, and he sure as hell didn't quit. The referee forced to end it for the wrestler's health and safety.
Here is your winner, and the new Animated Wrestling League Grand Champion, Project Tetsu 3.0.
Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Champions Week of the Animated Wrestling League. If you liked what you saw, hit subscribe, watch another video, leave a comment, like, enable notifications, all that YouTube stuff. I'm Ryu Sensei for everybody here at the Animated Wrestling League. We thank you for watching. We have new champions, and it's a brand new era. We'll see you next week. Korede! Kimarida!